All right, here we go. Welcome back. By the way, I want to bring in a good friend of mine, Barry Morganstein. He's been a friend of mine for a long time, but he's also probably one of the best photographers you'll ever meet. And we're going to prove it to you in just a second because this is fascinating. I absolutely love this stuff. Welcome, Barry. Good to have you in town and on set. So we're going to go through a couple of some of your more iconic pictures. Right. And folks, he's got a lot of iconic pictures. So how long have you been doing it?
I've been on my own since probably 1987. So I've been doing it for a while.
And you've taken my headshot. Right. You've taken a lot of people's headshot at Fox, and we'll show you a bunch of them, and a lot of rock stars shots as well.
Well, that was the beginning of my career. I started off as a rock and roll photographer, worked for magazines, record companies, and then moved on to headshots and found my true love, I guess, is
true calling. All right, let's less time talking about that, and let's talk about some of your shots, and you can give us any sort of interesting little anecdotal ideas of when these things come out. Just put the first one up. Let's see what we have here. And these are random, Dana. Folks. Oh, there's my former co-host on The Five, Dana Perino. It's a great shot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I've shot her probably about 4 or 5 times. Shot Dana and her family, her husband, Jasper, the famous dog.
Peter, I remember Jasper was the original, the OG dog.
Exactly. But obviously she's an easy subject. Beautiful. She's so photogenic.
So
a sweet lady.
How often do you have to freshen photos?
You know, I tell people maybe once a year. If you change your hair, obviously, if you change your look somehow, then you need to update your headshot.
Because I'm asking this because I lost 25 pounds since our last session, and we're going to show you a picture from the last session and see if you can tell any difference. All right, let's do another one. Pull another one up. Next. Now, I was blown away, Barry. You put this in the mix, and I grew up watching The Honeymooners.
So did I. A Honeymooners fanatic.
Well, that's Joyce Randolph. That's Trixie.
Trixie, yep. I was lucky to get her in my studio when I had a studio in New Jersey. I knew she was coming to town. I said, you know what? I had somebody contact her. I said, I have to shoot one.
How old is she in this shot?
She was in her 80s, but that was a good 25 years ago. You know, we just lost her, I think, 2 years ago. Wow. I think she was 100 when she passed away.
I had no idea. I mean, I watched every single episode of The 100.
And she told great stories of Jackie Gleason, Art Carney. It was like getting really inside.
How'd you get that gig?
It was through a local guy in my town. He was a friend of hers, and I knew she was coming down to town to sign autographs. Yeah. I said, well, get her to my studio. I got to, and I even said to her, I said, having you here is like shooting one of the Beatles. Yeah. I don't think she understood the reference, but.
Did she pay?
No, she didn't. I was happy to have her.
Obviously, it's a great promo. Yeah. Next one, please. Now, this one's cool. We got a lot of our audience will notice those folks, those guys.
Heroes. I love photographing heroes, and these are the great guys, the 3 Benghazi guys who wrote the book 13 Hours. Yeah. The film was based on them.
Great
Tonto,
film, too,
Tig, that was kind of their first official promo shot. And this was used on, which is now called Blue Magazine. It was in J Blue at the time. I do a lot of work with Blue Magazine. It's the largest law enforcement magazine in the country.
Good.
So great people to work with.
There's a lot of law enforcement pictures. Next one, let's do it. Shannon Bream.
Shannon Bream, also one of the sweetest people in the world. She is so nice, and I love working with her. And she was kind enough to use that shot for her book cover.
For her book, yeah. Now she, for her book, I assume the book publisher is the one who hired you?
No, she had actually hired me just to shoot her publicity shots. Then she said, "Hey, I'm doing a book, and I use this for the cover." So,
interesting. Great. Yeah. And when she pays you for it, she owns the pictures, or
she can use them. Yeah, usually when people pay me, then I let them. I know photographers say, "Well, you have to pay this much extra to use it for this and this and that." I don't bother with that. I said, "These are yours. Use them."
There's a Skycam. Cool. Another one. Next, MD. Now this is cool.
Some rock and roll legends. So this is the beginning of my career, and these are going to be all actually. And I hate for a plug, but I have a book coming out in the fall of all my music images.
You got some great music. Yeah, but take that one full again, MD, real quick, because Barry will tell us who those guitarists are.
These are
great guitarists.
3 of my favorite guitar players: Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin, sure.
Chuck Berry, father of rock and roll, one of the king of the blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Stevie Ray, one of the better guitarists ever.
Absolutely.
Led Zeppelin.
Jimmy Page.
Double neck guitar. Remember he used to play
and I wish I had a photograph of that with him. But that's still a cool shot. So he's my favorite guitarist.
And so these were your individual shots. So that you were hired individually for each one of these shots. Yeah, you're not just a fan taking.
No. I was in what they call the photo pit. When you're like, if you're shooting at Madison Square Garden, you're in the front of the stage.
Now, who would hire you for that? Would it be
either a magazine, record companies, magazines, PR firms,
or the Garden itself?
No, I never worked for the Garden. No, it was always for magazines or the artists.
All right, another one. Next. Nice picture.
So
Iconic picture.
Yeah. So this one I love. It's just there's obviously a Vietnam veteran at the Vietnam Wall in D.C. and I just love that capture. Just as people know me, a big supporter of the military and veterans.
Yep.
So this one means a lot to me. And I just love that capture. I wish I knew who he was. To get that to him. But anyway, so that was during Memorial Day weekend. That I captured that.
And we were down there during the whole mess, World Trade Center and such.
Right.
Next one, please. There he is.
Sure.
It's Chef David Clark.
Right. The man. Yeah. Oh, just great shot of him. He uses it all the time. He said it was the best shots ever taken of him.
Now, is this in your studio or is it?
That was, I think, location where I set up. We were in some room and I just kind of bring my studio on location sometimes if I have to and duplicate my studio basically. So
Good one.
Very iconic.
Another one? Mad Dog? Yeah. Now this is fun. So we have Ted Nugent on the show a lot.
Of course.
We have him on a lot. And I had the fortune to sing Stranglehold with Ted Nugent playing a couple of weeks ago because I grew up knowing that guy right there. That's the Ted Nugent I grew up watching when I was a kid.
Exactly.
Motor City Madman. He was the Wang Dang, Sweet Poontang, Stranglehold. It just goes on. It gives me
Cat Scratch
chills.
Fever.
Cat Scratch Fever.
Great stuff.
Most of them he couldn't even sing anymore.
Right.
The lyrics would be too.
No. Not in today's woke age, it wouldn't go over too well.
They try and cancel you. But look at that Ted Nugent, guys. Take that full for another second. This is just so cool.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Debbie Harry.
Debbie Harry from Blondie.
Yeah. So that was shot in New York City. At the Beacon Theater, and
I went to that show.
Oh, you
I went to
really?
the Beacon Theater. Yeah, that was a great. It's a great venue.
I've shot so many.
1,000 seats or so, small venue, and I was at that show.
I shot
this was a little later in her career.
Yeah, it was. It was after Blondie, but I mean, this was Blondie playing, but it was after their heyday, I guess.
Yeah,
but cool shot of her.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it was late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So she was fun to shoot.
It's so funny. That exact show. All right, here you go.
Gene Simmons kiss.
Gene Simmons, and you can tell by that long,
tongue,
ugly tongue.
Exactly. Yeah. But fun guy to shoot.
Is he? Now I have a question. He's notoriously cheap. Did he pay you for this?
No, it was probably a magazine for this one.
Got it. Because they say he's got every penny he's ever
I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah.
All right, let's do another one. Oh, this is a friend of ours.
Yeah, mutual friend, Alexandra Griffith.
Yeah, she's good. Great person.
DC
great
models.
Human being.
She is.
Great.
Very rare. She's from Brazil. She came here. She's a big patriot. Loves our country.
Yeah.
She's a
super
good friend of my
Trump
wife and I.
supporter.
Absolutely.
Right. All right, next one. I know that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's a patriot right there. That's one of the smartest men to walk the planet.
Yeah, he is.
Tucker.
And he's great. He's
now this is post Fox.
Yes. Actually, this was after Fox, right?
Yeah.
I shot him once when he was with Fox. Yeah. So he's hired me a few times.
Right.
He flies me out to his secret location. And
what's secret, in Maine or down here?
No, in Maine. In Maine, yeah. So, we have a great time. He's like out in the boondocks out there, and we just have a fun day. He lives. His studio is out near the lake and everything, and we just take a lot of great shots.
So what did you do? Like Tucker, give us that. You could have asked him for that iconic that thing when people are liberals talking, and he just gives them the look with the eyes, and it just sears right through them. He get panicky already.
Exactly.
Just knowing
luckily
Tucker.
he didn't give me that look.
That's a nice shot there for Tucker.
Thank you.
All right, let's do it. Next. I don't know. I actually thought that was Maureen, Makeup Maureen.
She'll appreciate that, I'm sure. Yeah, she's one of my regular clients.
That's your
Mackenzie
studio.
Roth, that's in my studio. That's a great behind-the-scenes shot.
Yeah.
I just want to give you an idea of the studio.
Yeah. I've been in that
kind of very
studio.
fashion shots. So sometimes we do beauty and fashion kind of shots.
Do another one.
Sammy Davis.
Wow.
So that's one of my all-time most proud photos. The legend, Sammy Davis.
How that came about.
I was actually hired to shoot him. He was at a hotel, and he was actually, this was the last tour with Sinatra and Liza Minnelli.
Uh-huh. In Vegas or here?
No, it's New Jersey. This is like a back room of a hotel.
Got it.
And the thing is, Sinatra was supposed to come down. I was like, and of course, Sinatra being Sinatra does what he wants to do, and he chose not to come down. To this day, I'm like, this close to shooting Sinatra.
How did you arrange this though?
It was a PR firm, I think, that hired me, and I just he was there. I had him for a few minutes, and I actually happened to capture this, I guess, pensive moment. Mm-hmm. This was, I think, maybe a year and a half later, he passed away. So he was sick, he was ill in the shot. But he was also just one of the nicest guys.
Yeah,
he was talking photography.
Yeah.
Just a lot of times you see the big superstars.
Yeah, one glass eye.
One glass eye.
Yeah. No depth.
Yeah. So
no depth.
that was one of my favorites.
Next one. There's Ted Nugent again.
Yeah, another Ted.
Ted Nugent.
Yeah. Wonder why they call him the Madman.
Motor City
Madman.
Yeah. All right, next one. We know this guy.
Yeah, Bill. That's my second shoot with Bill too.
I'm going to be on his show on Monday. I filled in for him 250 times.
Did you really?
200. When I was at Fox, he'd take a lot of Fridays off. Sometimes
I remember it. That's a big number.
And,
that's great.
Yeah, it was quite often.
Yeah.
How'd you get him to look so handsome? I mean, you had a lot of makeup, a lot of filters on that one. Yeah.
I think it helped that.
In case Bill's watching, how many filters?
Exactly.
Like 12 different filters?
I think it helped that I brought my beautiful wife Shelly as an assistant that day, so she wasn't behind me making him smile.
So he wasn't mean to you.
You're right.
If there's a woman around, he's not mean. If there's no woman,
exactly.
Bolling, get over Bolling. What are you doing?
He's intimidating, but he's a great.
Was he a good subject?
He was, yeah. No, he was. As soon as he sat in front of the camera, he knew what to do, posed, professional, so he made the job easy. So
did he pay you?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. yes.
He's another one.
Another Gene Simmons. no, he was great. Yeah.
Butterfly or moths come out of his wallet when he pulls out his wallet. Just kidding, Bill. Just kidding, Bill.
Yeah,
just kidding, Bill. All right, next one.
Want a third shoot? Lara Trump.
Yeah, when was this?
So that was a little over a year and a half ago. We did 2 days of shooting at the Trump National Golf Club in Jupiter. Mm-hmm. We just rented a space. We set up a studio. I did 2 days of photo shoots of headshots. I do that. I'll go on location like I do in DC. So we finally did it in Jupiter, and Lara came.
Good.
Luckily, and pretty
good
amazing
shot.
woman.
Good shot.
Thank you.
Next. Great shot. I love this shot.
Iconic.
BB.
Probably one of my most proud photos.
Where is this?
That was at the Trump Tower in New York City, the residence. I got a call. It was a Saturday. This was before the 2016 election. This is their first official meeting. I got a call on a Saturday. Can you be at Trump Tower Sunday morning? Next morning at 7 a.m. We have a special guest. And you have 2 minutes to start capturing them as they speak.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
I was in and out, and luckily I caught that. So
that's a great shot.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, next.
Even Tyler.
Yeah. Huge Aerosmith.
Yeah, cool.
Huge Aerosmith.
Yeah.
How'd you get that gig?
Probably through the record company or a magazine. It's a while ago.
And you're not just a fan there. You're actually.
No, I'm hired. And I was like right in front of the photo. In the photo
He's
pit,
amazing.
Right in front of the stage. And of course,
amazing.
Great guy to shoot too.
Yeah. You can't get a bad shot of him.
Exactly.
Right? He's always moving around with the facial expressions. Right? All right. Another one. Oh, yeah, this is someone we know.
Erin Elmore.
Erin, she does some work around here too.
Yeah.
There's Erin.
Yeah, well, she's actually the one who suggested I come to Jupiter to do the headshots. She invited Lara to come along for the headshots. She got us set up at the Trump place. Oh, yeah, she's a great girl.
Good. Okay, next. Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Oh, Willie.
So this was shot on his tour bus.
Yeah. Which he only traveled by tour bus, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How do you light a tour bus?
It was tricky. But I got this cool black and white shot, and I was lucky I was able to focus because he had a very specific aroma in his tour.
I was just gonna say, did you get high because I'm sure there's a cloud
that's where I
of
was
smoke
by the time I left. So yeah, I was lucky
bus.
to get this one shot.
There you go. Next one.
Another one from that day. Yeah. So the color version, I don't show that one as much as the black and white, but it's a cool shot. So
another one.
Yeah.
Next. There's Barry.
Me. Yeah.
Showing off the guns.
Yeah, exactly.
Smith & Wesson.
Yeah.
Hire you for that?
My assistant resident, actually, so he gets credit for that one. So yeah.
Next one.
That's promo card with
promo card.
Some of the greatest hits.
I'm very upset. I wasn't good on that.
In all fairness, we shot yours after I did this promo.
Got it.
Like I said, you get to pick who I get to kick off.
All right. We'll definitely leave Caroline Levitt on
right,
there.
Yeah.
We can leave Tucker on, Bill.
You can text me.
I'm going to bounce Schmidt.
Okay.
Schmidt. Right. Who was the guy? Who's he work for? Anyway, next. Just the iconic picture.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, that's Gary Sinise.
Yes. Yeah. So Gary Sinise with the Lieutenant Dan band. This is also one of my favorite shots. Yeah. I shot his band playing in Memorial Weekend in New York City.
What a great patriot. What a great man.
Just amazing guy. Just one of my heroes. And capturing these veteran or military servicemen enjoying themselves in front of the shot. Some of my best compliment I got on this shot was somebody said it reminded them of a Norman Rockwell painting.
This is so long as the two dudes don't start kissing, which would be ruin the whole picture for me.
That would kill it. Yes.
Next, please.
Luckily, that didn't happen.
Please.
And Sheriff Mark Lamb.
Sheriff Lamb.
Yeah.
All right.
Great guy.
The law enforcement. Another one, please. No, we had a couple more, Mad Dog. Remember in the back? Remember we?
Okay.
There you go.
Martha Bonita.
Bonita.
One of my favorite clients. She comes, probably photographed her maybe 5 times.
Yep.
She also came to see me again in Jupiter. She's
Strong,
big conservative.
Conservative,
big
pro-Trump
Trump
voice.
yep,
There you go.
great,
One more?
great
A couple more? Is that it? Tell me, Mad Dog. Oh, you forgot to make the other ones? Oh, Mad Dog. Are you on Voice of God, Mad Dog? All right, we're gonna leave right there. Barry, really good stuff. Congratulations on a great career, and you're crushing it. I had a shot of us in there when I did over the summer, and I've dropped. I just wondered.
We had a close shot.
Do you redo them because you lost 20 because I lost, or I don't know, whatever. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Barry Morganstein, everybody. Where can they find you? Where can they find you?
BarryMorganstein.com. I'm all over social media, Facebook, my name, Instagram, Barry M Photo. So I'm easy.
Barry M Photo?
Yep.
Got it.
I'm easy to find.
All right. Great. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
Appreciate your
You're
time.
the best. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, folks. That's it. Bolling out.